Let's create a budget. Let's get out of debt. Let's build wealth. Hey guys, I want to welcome everyone back for another video. So we're going through the different flows, the different bubbles in this flow chart. We have covered income, checking account, lines of credit, and bad debt. So in this video, we're going to go over good debt. So if you've made it through to this bubble, you're really starting to gain traction and really doing good. Most people will never get out of bad debt. So people in this bad debt bubble, these are the people that never make it out, are usually the people that are complaining, that bash the wealthy, and you know they never seem to get out of this bubble. You know, they'll enter the bubble and they try to do what's right, you know, and they try to work it out, but for some reason, whether it's a lack of discipline, a lack of will, just not able to do it, instead of exiting the bubble, they just end up going around and around in the bubble and can never really find their way out. That's the trouble with this bubble, is finding your way out. Exiting this bubble is one of the toughest things to do, and that's why I always say and bring up that it takes discipline and knowledge. I mean, if you have the discipline but not the knowledge, you're going to stay in this bubble. If you have the knowledge but don't have the discipline, you're still going to stay in here. So, you know, getting out of this bubble is a challenge that most people have to overcome. But once you make it out of that bubble, then you can get to this bubble, which is good debt. So good debt is what we use to, it's basically, in my mind, good debt is kind of like a secured credit line, right? Except you're the one who's securing it. It's basically debt that you can use, or other people's money that you can use to increase your wealth substantially. And at any point or time, if you needed to liquidate, you could pay that debt back instantly without worry. So just like we started with the income bubble, this bubble will help fuel the income, which pushes this whole flow and makes it go faster and faster. So, you know, good debt, there's a ton of different ways of coming up with good debt. And that debt will basically be those same lines of credit that we were using to get out of the bad debt. We now, since there's no debt there, we'll now turn around, use that debt to purchase assets. Those assets would then produce income. So now you face new challenges, whereas before you were trying to devise a plan to get out of debt. Now, you know, getting out of debt, bills, that kind of stuff will no longer be an issue. Now it's all about generating income and figuring out how to do that. So one of the ways that we produce income is through dividends. So these lists that I'm about to go through, they're in no particular order. You can do these in any order that you want. So first we have dividend income. These are stocks. You know, you pick out solid companies, you open a broker account, do some research, pick out some solid companies that pay dividends. And what I did was I bought one of each of the stocks. Once you have the ones you decide, pick between 10 to 20 of them. And once you have the ones that you want, buy one of each, one share of each of these, and then slowly increase as you get money. Start to increase and buy more and more. And the more you buy, the more and more dividends will pay, and the more income you'll start producing. Next, we will have peer-to-peer lending. These are different sites that you could use, which, given the economy nowadays, would be a risky move to do, but you could still find value in this as far as lending to family members or the people you trust. You can generate income through, you know, loaning them out. what's known basically as a win-win situation. I mean, if you have family members who have debt with a high interest rate and you know you can trust them, or friends or anyone, you can lend them money and generate income, charge them an interest rate that is maybe lower than their current interest rate, but will still benefit you. So peer-to-peer lending, there are sites like Lending Club, Prosper, but just be careful with those sites. Usually they say when there's a turn or a bad economy, the first thing that people stop paying is things like this. So just be careful and use caution with this, but it is another way of generating income. Next on our list will be crowdfunding. And crowdfunding in this general term could mean anything. It could be businesses starting up, new businesses. It could be, the real estate is the most popular one now. Again, in an economy like this, I know on one of the crowdfundings I'm doing, they canceled, basically stopped paying. And that's because of the economy and the virus and things that's going on. So again, be careful with this. There are some opportunities, but you got to really do your research and be careful on what you're choosing with the way the economy is going. Number 4 would be real estate. This could be either creating passive income through like renting out real estate. And again, that we're in a time that we've never seen before. Not at least, I think it's been a century since this has happened, maybe with the Spanish flu or something like that. But real estate, as lucrative as it is, for the first time could cause some problems with people losing their jobs and not able to pay the rent. So again, I mean, the economy will turn around. We will be getting back to normal. So looking at real estate, just make sure you do your research. Make sure you don't overextend, that you're able to cover. Make sure you have your infinite banking concept established. That way, if there's a time or a period that you need to make it through, you'll be able to survive. I mean, if you look at companies now and seeing the ones who's surviving, who's pushing through and getting through all of this time, are the ones who have that cash saved up, that they're able to continue to push through and gonna make it out of this. And a lot of that is because they have the cash on hand to be able to do that. So again, just be careful with your selection. Don't overdo it, and make sure that you have enough money to get through in case something happens. And next we have business. And business, this is a broad statement, but this could be anything. It could be creating, something like even a YouTube channel could be a business, something that you're familiar with, starting a business. Again, it's kind of like real estate, and kind of like this unusual time. You want to make sure that you have the capital to keep it going and that you're successful in it. And this can include pretty much any concept or idea that you have. One thing that's helped me when it comes to business is finding something that doesn't start a lot of capital to start or maintain. And I know that's kind of hard to do, but with the day and age that we're in, there are different opportunities out there. If there's something that you've been wanting to do, establish your bank first. And that way, if you get in trouble, you can finance or use that income to keep this going. So business, again, could be very, very lucrative and bring in good debt. And the thing is, now that you're out of debt, you can take that risk or that chance and try your hand at starting a business. And lastly, I threw in miscellaneous. This can be things like affiliate marketing, generating, sales through, helping someone else, help promoting someone else. Some of this stuff can fall under business, but this is basically there to know that this isn't everything possible, and that by just basically keeping an open mind and finding a need that someone needs, you can create income through that. So guys, this is basically just a review over good debt And the main point is, once you get through the bad debt, don't stop there. You know, there's the people that's gonna rotate over and over and stay in that bubble, and then there's the people that get out but do nothing. So the thing is, enrich your life. You know, take some chances once you're done with bad debt to start generating income. And the more and more you do it, you're going to figure out something that works well for you, that aligns with your goals and dreams. And by doing that and producing that income, it's going to help you to reach all of that. So again, guys, as always, I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Click the notification bell so you never miss a video. And if you found value in this video, I appreciate a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.